fine. So, but for you guys, in the sake of not peeling your skin, we're gonna use pre-wrap, okay? So what you would do is you would put them in dorsiflexion, right? Because what's the most common way to sprain your ankle? And? Eversion. Good. So we put them in dorsiflexion. And we're just gonna pre-wrap all the way up their ankle. Everybody pre-wraps a little bit differently. You can, again, do spirals or crisscross. You can cover their heel all the way up. I don't really like to, but it's just less pre-wrap. I always say the less pre-wrap the better, so you just want a thin layer of pre-wrap, especially for you guys because you're just doing it just to tape each other so you can take it off easy. Okay, so you're gonna keep them in dorsiflexion. You wanna tape medial to lateral, okay? So everything's gonna start medially and go laterally, all right? So my first one, I'm gonna start down here and I'm gonna do my bottom anchor, okay? And I'm gonna find the base of her fifth, which is back here, and I'm gonna try to go as far behind it as I can and come around. Oops. And that would be your first anchor, okay? And then you would come up here and you're gonna do 2 anchors. So you wanna go below the belly of the gastroc, so right where that belly starts to change shape is where you would put that first anchor and then your second anchor. And again, I hold the tape a certain way so that I have these 3 fingers to lay down that tape. Okay, so I hold it like this. This is how I tape, and then when I tear it, I have those 3 fingers available. Okay, so I tear it like that. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is my stirrups. So I place it on the medial side, and I'm pulling to the lateral side. Right? Do we know why? Keep it from going. Good. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of those. Her foot is a little bit smaller, so you may not need 3 if we were taping her for a game or something, but we're going to do 3 for the sake of the ankle test. Okay. Everybody does their stirrups a little bit differently. I like to put one straight and then crisscross the others so that gives a little bit more strength. But again, everyone does it different, okay? And then you're going to do your horseshoes. And horseshoes look like this, right? So horseshoes are gonna go on the back. And again, we're gonna go medial to lateral. And again, you would do 3, but her foot is really small, so I'm just gonna do 3 for the sake of you guys taping, but normally I would just do 2. Okay? And you just smooth that down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my cover strips, or some people call them C-strips, and that's medial to lateral as well. And I'm just covering up my last 2 holes. So every time I'm placing tape down, I try to cover 50% of the tape left, just like the ace wrap, okay? Now I'm going to do my figure 8, which is gonna be a little complicated for you guys, but again, we'll take it step by step, okay? So we're gonna go right here and go down around the foot and then around the leg. So for those of you who are a little bit more visual, this is your figure 8, right? So your figure 8 creates like an 8 around the foot and around the leg. Does everybody get that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Next, we're gonna do heel locks. And this is where it gets really complicated, but just bear with me. So we're gonna do 2 on each side. So my landmark that I like to use is the medial and lateral malleolus, okay? I cut that in half with the tape, so this edge of the tape is cutting that in half, okay? And you come down around and you lock the heel, and then you come up the foot and around the leg, okay? Now some people do continuous heel locks and they'll just keep going, but I'll show you just one at a time, okay? So then I started on the medial malleolus, and now I'm gonna do the lateral. So I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna come down and lock the heel, and then come from the bottom of the foot and go around the leg, okay? And I would do that on both sides, okay? Twice, I mean, on both sides. Do you want me to do it again? Mm-hmm. Okay. So So cut that malleolus in half. You're going to walk the heel around the bottom of the foot and then around the leg. And you're constantly smoothing along the whole process, otherwise you will get wrinkles. And then the lateral, walk the heel, and then around the leg. Okay? Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is finish it up. So if you have not done your cover strips and you need to do your cover strips, you might have some holes right here on the leg, so you would cover that up. You shouldn't have any holes anywhere else, okay? Especially if you've already done the cover strips like I have, okay? And then you just close it up. So your last piece of tape should be kind of at the top, closing and locking everything in. And then at the bottom, closing and locking everything in. Okay? All right, does anyone have any questions? Okay, so what I want you guys to do is just take it one step at a time. Just do 2 anchors at the top, 1 anchor at the bottom, and then go from there, okay? At the end, you would just ask them if this is too tight or if it feels good. Maybe have them walk on it. And you want to check their capillary refill, which she has nail polish on, so I would just look at the bottom and make sure that her blood flow comes back pretty quickly. For the sake of the test, we're not going to be using heel and lace pads or spray, but you would say it, okay? You would say, I'm going to spray them and I'm going to put heel and lace pads on them. Okay, and that just helps prevent tape cuts. Those heel and lace pads are just little pads.
Before or after you do
Before.
this?
Before.
So it's underneath everything?
Yeah, it's underneath everything.
Cool.
Okay?
I hope you have a shirt.
I don't. I know.
Really?
I forgot them. Yeah. I don't have sharks.